For a double delicious breakfast on the go, choose any 2 varieties, including sausage, egg, and cheese on a toasted waffle, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, the Sizzly burrito, and more. Stop by Wawa and grab any 2 Sizzlies for $5. Available 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Limited time only. Gotta have a Wawa.
We were ready to sell, but I got so overwhelmed with everything that needed to be done. Accepting the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate shortened my to-do list.
Hi, this is Mark Spain. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. With our guaranteed offer, there are no showings, no open houses, and no stress.
And the value of getting all of my time back that I would have spent on home repairs, priceless.
Go to markspain.com to receive a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Now, back to the Mike Calta After Show. Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
All right. I was able to wrangle myself in. Saw some of the tweets. As usual, 50% liked it, 50% had critiques, and a lot of them want me to talk slower. They want me to slow down a little bit. You gotta realize, when the biggest radio show in Florida and one of the biggest shows in the country goes, hey, could you fill in for 20 minutes, and you have nothing really prepped out, you got to give me a little bit of credit. Not too much. I'm not asking for ass kissing. I'm just saying it's a grind. 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. We have 2 people that have been on hold, that have waited for 20 minutes. And that's when you know that they are a legit listener. That's when you know that they care. Hi, 727, you're on air.
Hey, what's up, Hoppe? My name's Truth. How you doing?
What up, Truth? Give me the truth.
I'll tell you, first of all, you're doing a great job. I love how you're not listening to those haters. The more you let that roll off your back, the less haters you get.
Well, so here's the thing. And I'm glad you said that, because I want to ask you something. I'm not going to read the whole article because I don't really get into sports talk. But you know Kevin Durant, right, of the Brooklyn Nets? Yeah, so he has a Twitter problem where he's had burner accounts and he's defended himself, but then didn't go into the burner, and it was on his main account. And Nick Wright, that guy on Fox Sports 1 that says all the outrageous things, he was saying Kevin Durant called himself a god. So then Nick Wright said, if KD is a god, what does that make Giannis? And then Kevin Durant said, a god, just like you, but you are a peasant. And, like, to me, bro, Kevin Durant is one of the 75 best players of all time. He's been an MVP. He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's won championships. He plays in the biggest city. Isn't it bizarre when, like, they care? Like, LeBron seems to care a little bit, but he doesn't respond that much. But I just love when public figures get hate. Like, you're not going to get everybody to like you, you know? And it's like, and then the people that don't like you, if they're putting up posts about you or tweeting about you, that should be flattering, because that means that you had an impact for them to talk about you. You know what I mean? If you're not getting a reaction, then you would not have called, you know? You know what I mean?
Ignore the haters. The less hate you get in the long run.
Oh, I'm aware, too, of what is said. I'm aware of what is said, but I don't read it because it's like, that's completely fine. They can think that. That's cool. I would rather have some... Yeah, go on.
I'm sorry about that. Well, you were talking about... Earlier, you were talking about Joe, like Tiger King guy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is, if you get sentenced to 5 years or more in prison and you're not like a multi-zillionaire, those divorce papers are coming. It's just a matter of when. Like, it's a foregone conclusion. They're coming. It's just a matter of when. He doesn't have the money from his fame.
Yeah, he didn't make enough money. He made it while he was in prison, because I think I kind of remember him when he ran for president 6 years ago. I remember hearing something, but it never caught on like it did once he was in prison.
And also, I tweeted you. Look that up. I want to be TikTok buddies.
Oh, that was you? I will be sure to add you. And your name is Truth, a.k.a. Jason. on TikTok if people want to follow you. Any fun plans for this weekend before I let you go?
Just tell one dad joke, and that's my plan. Did you hear about the guy who didn't pay his exorcist?
No, what happened?
His house got repossessed.
Oh, man. Thanks, bro. I hung up on him fast. I believe that house was located in Brooksville. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing? That's interesting that you're taking calls, but 90% of listeners tune into the after show to listen to News with Galvin.
I got Mike Calta's approval to do the after show. Any critiques, my friend? What's your name? First of all, 941. What's your name?
Mike.
What's happening, Mike?
I'm just trying to listen to the News with Galvin. I missed it because I woke up a little late.
Well, it is on the Bone app.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
Any critiques? Because you are a listener who called in, so I made enough of an impact to make you call in. Any critiques, my friend? Besides saying blah, 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 Galvin's News, any critiques? Let's hear it.
That you're taking calls. They don't take calls very much anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I put in the after show for a reason.
All right, I heard you the first time, my friend. 727-579-1025. Hello, 631, you're on the air.
Hey, Hoppe, Carl, how are you?
What's going on, Carol? The last time I spoke to you, in this economy where we can't really afford anything, you wanted me to get a house. So what's going on now?
Well, we'll work on that. No, I just wanted to say, you know what? If you weren't doing so good, Mike, and Don Mix, they would never have you on.
I appreciate that. It means a lot. Because you got to think, these guys have been in radio for 30 years, so they kind of know what they're talking about, you know?
Exactly. You have a good weekend.
All right, we will. Not in this economy. 727-579-1025. 1-800-771-1025. Hi, you're on the air. What's up, Daniel Johnson, the best one of all time? What's going on?
Yeah, man, Dan the man. Hey, so I just wanted to call in and give you some constructive criticism.
Oh, go for it. No, of course, go for it.
You got it, brother. Listen, what do they say, the best players in the world, what's the one thing that they have going for them?
What's that?
Is that they're coachable.
Yes, sir.
I respect that. I respect that you respect the Mike Calta show and all that stuff, but when they try to critique you on stuff, you kind of just blow it off. But if you took some of the stuff that they told you and you worked on it, and like the last lady called, she said that, if you weren't on those shows, they wouldn't like you,
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that if you took the criticism that they give you, then you'd be all right. I mean, you're
Well-
doing good, but just critique it a little bit.
Dan?
It'd be amazing, man.
That's your name, right? Dan? Dan the man?
Yes, sir.
Well, think about it this way. So you get up, and I'm not talking about being tired, but you get up at 4:55 a.m., you produce the biggest show in town, and all of a sudden, the biggest show in town, it's like, hey. And when I say town, I'm not saying like a town of 5 people. That's slang from Chicago, because it's made people mad. The biggest show in this market being Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa, the whole area. And it goes from Orlando, essentially, all the way to past Fort Myers. When they say, hey, and I had absolutely nothing planned. They said, hey, can you take over for 20 minutes? Yeah, I came out the gate a little too hyper, but you got to remember, when you have the whole crew on the other end, it's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I don't pat myself on the back. I don't do it that much. But I will say, you got to agree that I came out, dude, I was like Sonic the Hedgehog, and then I hit the little nail and I died. But then, in my second round, I've been slower and taking calls. You know what I mean? Like, I'll admit the first segment wasn't... Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. I needed to hear a compliment. Thank you. 727-579-1025. Hi, where are you from? Yeah, what's going on, man? What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, how's it going, brother? My name's TJ. I was letting you guys letting you know, man, just be you. You're being awesome. You do it all the time and help people out. You just run the boards when they need it. They're having a last-minute event that they have nobody to go in, whether it's a cruise or anything. Bro, you're in there all the time.
I appreciate that. And here's the thing too, is like the reason the Bone excels and the reason the Bone does so amazing is because we listen to the listeners. Everybody DMs back the listeners for the most part, if you're not annoying. You know what I mean? Like a lot of radio shows, they like don't follow anybody on social media and you can't even DM them. So that's why I've taken this segment from the neighbors and from the callers is I want to know how to improve. And I'll admit the first 20 minutes during the Calta show, I was really nervous because all of a sudden the great Mike Calta is like, hey, can you do 20 minutes? So it's a little unfair to judge me when I was a little nervous, but in this after show, I have taken some of the meanest comments and gone, hey, and I won over the callers. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, you're like I said, you're awesome, dude, and you just, I feel like in even 10 years from now, shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if you had your own show.
Hey man, all that I have, thank you, bro. Apologies. All that I have right now is this moment, and we have a few more minutes left, so let's go to this caller. It's another 863, and then we'll get to some more of the news. Hi, who's this?
It's Israel.
What's up, Israel from Lakeland? What's happening, my friend?
Not much, Ryan. Not much, man. I'll give you props because you're doing something a lot of us wish we could be doing right now on the radio, and that's being on the radio. And you've made it, bro. You've made it. And I've been listening to the bone for the past 5 years now. And anytime you take over, it's the same record, bro. You are asking about critiques.
Well, but here's the difference. That's partially not completely at all true because for like the last 7 shows, I didn't take it. The first 2, like when John Senning and Monica were here in November and I took over, and then one time I did the Mike O show, but I've actually not done that. I'm just taking calls from the listeners because it was controversial that I got a segment during a top-rated radio show, so I want to hear from them. And I believe in what I do. I'm not changing anything.
From what you do, don't listen to these haters telling you to slow down.
Now, before I let you go, you heard the sad news about Bruce Willis, right?
Yes.
What do you think is his best movie?
Can you repeat that? You cut out a little bit.
I said, what do you think is Bruce Willis's best movie?
Honestly, I want to say...
What is that? I've never heard of that, man. I'm looking it up right now. Oh, man, his phone's breaking up, but it is on the Tubi app, and I will be sure to watch it this weekend. Thank you for the call. 727-579-1025 and 1-800-771-1025. It has 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, so that means it's really good because when you get into the 3.8 range, that's when you got to watch out for those movies. Because, like, not everybody's going to like everything. Like, my rating on Apple Podcasts is like a 3.9 out of 5. And honestly, that kind of represents the grades I got in class, so I'll take it. Hi, you're on the air.
What's going on, Slim? How's it going?
What up, bro?
Hey, this is Brandon McGass, man, here. I just want to tell all your listeners that took advantage of the Mike Calta free gas giveaway.
Damn right.
Brought to you by Mike Calta and your friendly gas man. If you see the gas man come in the store parking lot, please get out of his way. Doing you service.
And thank you, bro. Yeah. Yes, sir. And most importantly, it was brought to you by Farah and Farah. For all the info on them, it's farahandfarah.com. 727-579-1025. Hi, you're on the air.
Like that other guy said, I wish you just close your mouth and just play the news.
All right. 727, you're not going to win everybody over. 579-1025. And I will close my mouth for 2 seconds. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Hoppe.
What up?
I have a trick that might help you.
What is the trick? Because I've had people give me critiques, but I have not had a trick yet on the Mike Calta after show on April Fool's. So what's going on?
I always had a problem speaking too quickly when I was giving presentations in school. But it's because you're afraid of the empty space. If you don't talk, nothing happens. Maybe play some music behind you so you're not so afraid of the empty space between your sentences, and that might help you relax a little bit.
Give me an example. Give me one sentence that I could do.
I think it's just the overall broadcast. If you want some music low behind you, you might be a little more willing to kind of pace yourself.
How is this vibe? You get some classical music. We sip on wine, talk about life. Does this work for you, my friend?
Sure, I don't hear any music, but
Do you hear that? At Beethoven, getting ready for the weekend. Nothing says party like Beethoven.
there you go.
727-579-1025. Thank you. And 1-800-771-1025. Man, it is crazy to think that Bruce Willis will never act again. Because like when you think about it, in every movie he's ever been in, he's the guy that nobody could beat. You know what I mean? He's always been the superhero. He's always been the guy that just got the job done in Die Hard, which I believe is a Christmas movie. And then he can't work anymore. That's like, it makes you think about dying, and it makes you realize that we're here just for a finite amount of time. You know what I mean? Like finite, like Bruce Willis is not acting anymore. If you would have told me who is somebody that's going to be like a John Voight, that's going to be like a Chris Walken, that's going to act for a long time, I would tell you it'd be Bruce Willis. And hearing that breaks my heart. But real quick, we got about 4 minutes. So I'll play a little bit of this. We got Inside Edition. We got Deborah telling us about Bruce Willis.
Did Bruce Willis's cognitive challenges put others on the movie set at risk? Now that his family has gone public with his aphasia diagnosis, disturbing stories of his troubles on the set are emerging, including one from 2 years ago when more than once Willis allegedly fired a prop gun loaded with a blank on the wrong cue.
Man, what is going on with these prop guns? I'm not saying movies shouldn't have guns, but my God.
Agliano.
Bruce Willis has secretly struggled for years to keep making movies as aphasia tightened its grip. While shooting the 2020 movie Hard Kill, Willis unexpectedly fired a gun loaded with a blank on the wrong cue, terrifying the other actors. The beloved 67-year-old action star made an amazing 22 low-budget movies in just the last 4 years because he knew the curtain was slowly falling on his career and he wanted to provide for his family. In the movie American Siege, released 3 months ago, you can see a device called an earwig, which is apparently used to feed him his lines.
Can you clean this up? I'll clean.
In another movie, Out of Death, his dialogue was kept short and sweet. Director Mike Burns told the writers, "We need to abbreviate his dialogue a bit so that there are no monologues."
Well, we're going to end on that note. That is a hero. That is a warrior. That is a guy who does not give up. I mean, shout out to him. He knew his time was ending, and he kept putting out movies. And even if they weren't good movies, shout out to him. All right, let me wrap this up and let you guys know that you can listen to Hoppe Hour on every major platform by searching Hoppe Radio. The listens have been through the roof, and I appreciate the support. But most importantly, up next is Roger and JP, then Drew Garabo Live, a cat named Mo, and then Johnny B. And then tomorrow morning from 5 to 8 a.m., it is Tampa Bay Fishing Radio with Captain Zach and Gray Burchell, and they put on the best fishing radio show in America. Then from 8 to 9 a.m., a really good show, the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, and it's from 8 to 9. And then from 10 to 11, it is the Weekly Checkup. And then from 11 to 2, it is Miggs and Swig with Don Miggs, Lisa DiBartolo, and Cam on Film. And I believe they will be having a few of their famous friends call in. And that's always cool to like put them on hold and be like, oh my God, I just talked to Joe Montana. So check that out. And then from 2 to 4, it is the Mike O radio show. But Mike O will not be in tomorrow. And let me tell you, the Corey Cardinal, who is the promotions king, he does so much for this company. It's unbelievable. He will be the host tomorrow with myself and Denise with her pieces at 3 p.m. And then Sunday, there is Johnny B replays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then Roger and JP from 1 to 2:30, and then NASCAR. And then it all begins over Monday morning. You got replays until 6 a.m. And you got the Mike Calta show, the Mike Calta after show with Carmen, Roger and JP, Drew Garabo Live, a cat named Mo, and Johnny B, and it wraps up. Listen, I know I am not for everybody, but I work really hard. But you guys work even harder because I'm sitting here pushing buttons while you're out there working your ass off. And we appreciate that. Because the people that work their ass off need entertainment as background noise to make themselves feel better and feel entertained. And the fact that this place is number one, The Bone, for entertainment, that number one says that you know your radio. You know what is good entertainment. And number two, that The Bone is the best around. This has been Hoppe Hour, filling in for the Mike Calta After Show. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, signing off. Talk to you this weekend on 102.5 The Bone.